Have you ever heard of a man marrying a Catholic Reverend Sister? Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you it has happened before, and could happen again? The life of a Catholic nun is dedicated to God, vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, but there are rare, almost forbidden moments when love finds its way into the convent walls. This presentation will take you deep into the emotional, spiritual, and even controversial storylines of how a man can win the heart of a woman already married to Christ. This isn't about scandal or rebellion, this is about raw emotion, unshakable love, and divine calling. Get ready to hear stories the church rarely talks about, understand the deep vows a sister makes, and discover the only real path that could lead to marrying one. Subscribe for more bold, spiritual, and honest discussions like this. Chapter 1. Who is a Reverend Sister, really? To understand how a Catholic Reverend Sister could ever get married, we need to first understand who she is. A Reverend Sister is not just a religious woman. She is a bride of Christ, someone who has chosen to leave behind everything, family, dreams, ambitions, and even romantic love, for a higher purpose. She lives in a convent, follows the daily rhythm of prayer, fasting, community service, and study. Her life is ruled by 3 sacred vows. Chastity, she gives up all sexual and romantic relationships. Poverty, she owns nothing personally. Obedience, she follows her religious superior and church authority. To many, this may seem extreme, but to her, it's a holy calling. This chapter paints the true picture of her life so we don't imagine her like any ordinary woman. Loving a sister is not like loving someone on Instagram, it's entering a spiritual battlefield. Subscribe for more deep truths most people ignore. Chapter 2. Why would anyone want to marry a nun? This question might sound wild. Why would a man fall in love with someone who isn't available emotionally, romantically, or sexually? But love is not always logical. Some men are drawn to the purity, discipline, kindness, and depth they see in a nun. She listens deeply, speaks softly, and radiates peace. To a lonely or broken man, she might feel like the closest thing to heaven. In rare moments, nuns themselves have questioned their calling. Some entered convents too early. Others were pushed by family, trauma, or culture. A few begin to wonder, was I really called to this life? It's in this fragile space that love may sneak in. But it's not simple, it involves guilt, confusion, and spiritual crisis. This is not your normal love story. It's a collision between divine vows and human desire. Chapter 3. The 3 vows that keep her from you. If you think you can just date and marry a nun like any regular girl, think again. Her life is bound by 3 vows that she can't break without serious consequences. 1. Chastity. She promises never to marry or have sexual relations. This is not temporary, it's for life. 2. Poverty. She owns nothing. Her clothes, books, even her toothbrush may belong to the convent. 3. Obedience. She follows her superior's instruction, which includes where she lives, what she does, and who she talks to. These vows are not romantic barriers, they are spiritual chains of devotion. To even consider leaving them means questioning everything she believes in. So what's the way in? You'll be shocked. Keep reading. And don't forget to subscribe for more hidden truths. Chapter 4. Can a nun leave the convent? The answer is yes. But it's not easy, and not common. This process is called dispensation. It's a formal request to the Vatican to release her from her vows. And it's not done for romance, it's done if she truly believes God no longer wants her in religious life. She must go through deep spiritual counseling, emotional evaluation, time away from the convent, approval from church leaders, papal permission. Even if she meets someone she loves, she can't just walk away. She needs to be sure it's God's will, not lust or pressure. Only after the Pope gives final approval can she return to lay life, and only then could marriage be considered. This process can take years. Many give up, but a few succeed. Chapter 5. Stories of nuns who fell in love. Yes, it has happened. And some of these stories will break your heart. Sister Maria met a Catholic priest during mission work. Their shared passion for service drew them close. Over time, they both confessed feelings they didn't know they had. The result? Both left religious life, got married, and opened a charity. Sister Joan was counseling a widower who had lost his wife. Their conversations turned into emotional healing. That healing grew into mutual admiration. Eventually, she left the convent after 10 years and married him. These stories are rare, painful, and powerful. But they prove one thing: love can find a way, even in the most sacred places. Subscribe if you want to hear more shocking real-life stories from behind convent walls. Chapter 6: How to know if a nun loves you back. This is the most dangerous part. Because most nuns will not show signs of romantic love. If she does, it may be subtle. She shares personal emotions with you. She finds ways to be near you. She smiles more around you. She struggles to make eye contact during prayer. She starts asking about your life and dreams. But don't be quick to assume. It could just be care, not love. The true test is if she's willing to question her vows. That's the moment you know something deeper is happening. Still, be gentle. Her soul is in a spiritual war. Don't add fire if she's not ready. Chapter 7: Winning her heart the godly way. You don't win a nun's heart with gifts, flowers, or flirting. You win it by respecting her calling, praying with and for her, being patient, showing spiritual maturity, waiting without pressure. If God is behind this love, He will open the door. Forcing anything will only bring guilt and ruin. If you truly love her, you'll wait for her to choose her own path, without manipulation. Chapter 8: When it's time to let go. Not every love story ends in marriage. Sometimes, loving a nun means letting her go back to her calling. You may be used by God just to heal her wounds or show her that she is still lovable. But it may not end in union. Letting go may be the most holy thing you do. Because true love sacrifices, not just seeks. If she returns to the convent and finds peace, you must bless her silently and move on. Chapter 9: If she leaves, what happens next? Once she receives full dispensation and returns to lay life, she's like any other woman, free to date, marry, and build a family. But the journey ahead is still tough. She may feel guilt, spiritual confusion, fear of judgment, loss of community. You'll need to be strong for both of you. Your love must be deep enough to carry her through those scars. Your wedding won't be ordinary. It will be a miracle. And it must be built on God, or it won't last. Chapter 10: What this teaches us about love and God. Whether you marry her or not, this journey reveals something powerful. God's love is not always predictable. Sometimes He places love in forbidden places, not to destroy, but to reveal deeper truths. Maybe He's testing your patience. Maybe He's using you to heal someone's calling. Maybe He's showing you what holy love really looks like. One thing is certain: you don't marry a nun by chasing her. You do it by chasing God, and if she's meant for you, she'll meet you there. This was not just a guide. It was a journey into one of the most emotional, spiritual, and hidden love stories in the Catholic world. Subscribe for more godly, controversial, and heartfelt stories no one talks about.